And now we are live. Good afternoon, fun seekers. Welcome to another wonderful SOE community webcast. I'm Linda Carlson. I'm Director of Community here. You can just call me the Dwarven Overlord. And today, our webcast is about Vanguard Saga of Heroes' 6th anniversary. Now, that's been a long time coming. 6 years, in fact. And
wait a minute, let's...
I know,
yeah,
you can do
6 years,
that's,
you're right.
That's not too bad, really. Okay. So we are going to talk a little bit about the activities going on for the 6th anniversary and the recent improvements made to both free-to-play and the membership benefits. I know you guys have seen that already, and we've got some great feedback for that. You know, more stuff for free. How can this possibly be a bad thing? But let's talk a little bit here with our guests, the true heroes of the Saga of Heroes, creative director Steve Denuser. Now you know who to yell at. Game designer Corey Lefevre.
Hey, everybody.
And producer Harvey Burgess.
How's it going?
Yeah. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that Vanguard launched at the end of January in 2007. And this was one of the most hyped up, anticipated games of its time. And things didn't go quite as planned. And for a while there was a real fear that Vanguard would disappear. Over the last several years that we've had the game here, things have improved dramatically, and you guys have put a lot of work into it just in the last 6 months to a year as well.
Definitely.
What are your thoughts about how far Vanguard has come from those challenging days? Take your turns.
Go for
Wrestle
it.
for it.
Well, I mean, to me, like you said, it was a challenging launch, a lot of issues and problems, but the fact that it's endured so long, that it's retained this kind of core fan base that really is passionate about the game. I mean, you know, every game says that they have great fans and stuff, but really the people who play Vanguard, it's really second to none, their dedication to the game. And I think that that's really a testament, you know, to the original dream that the game was. You know, even though things didn't work out exactly as people hoped, or the features weren't as smooth as people wanted, the dream was a good one. And so the fact
Indeed.
that has endured all this time, that there's still people who find this to be such a massive world with so much exploration and potential and fun, I think that says something about how great that core idea really was.
It certainly is interesting that in today's challenging economic environment that Vanguard doesn't lose players. These players do really stick around for the long haul, and that's it means you guys must be doing something right. What are your comments about this, Corey?
Yeah, you know, in a field where you know, competition's getting fiercer, like every day it seems like there's another MMO coming up, and given our game's history and that the fact that we are not only retaining those players but also getting new ones back or new players for the first time to the game, it's really great to see after all that time. And really hasn't been a better time to, you know, be a part of what we're doing.
And just to add what Corey's saying here, being a new Vanguard player, I didn't actually play the game until I joined the team, but it's just the fact that every time I log in, there's just something else for me to do. There's just so much to the game that just makes it amazing, and I can definitely see now why people have still been playing.
Right. So. And it is truly a huge world as well. That was one of the things that first struck me when I first played the game so many years ago. I think it's really quite a neat place. I'm really glad that we have this. So you guys brought in a video today.
We did.
Now, we're going to roll that video, but can you give us a brief intro? What are we going to be looking at?
Here we're looking at a little bit of Isle of Dawn footage. This is the dungeon at the end of it. It's the just kind of, you know, the culmination of the Isle Adventures. It's the group.
What is that?
That is Oculus and Olvari Warrior.
That thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this kind of culminates the storyline that you play through on the Isle of Dawn, where the Olvari have kind of made this incursion into Telon and all kinds of nastiness. You get to fight that guy. But yeah, this video is just kind of a compilation of you know, things. We just wanted to give a little flavor of the world for those who maybe haven't seen it for a while. So like we have rain and birds that fly through rain. But you know, there's a lot of cool places, and like you said, there's so many places to go in the game that, you know, someone could come in, level their character up to 55 and really only see a fraction of the world.
Oh, it's an explorer's dream for sure.
Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to put some stuff together that kind of showed some, you know, a few places that players would know, but also maybe some off the beaten path kind of places. Like, sure. You know, Corey can speak to some of the
River Valley Palace.
Yeah.
Jalen's Crossing. It's one of the more kind of Oriental themed areas. Pretty cool. Yeah. You know, I'm still amazed that I even today find new areas that I haven't even like discovered after 6 years of working on the game in one capacity or another. It's just, you know, you turn a corner and there's something new.
Yeah, it is. You know, that's one of the real underlying pillars of the game, is that sense of exploration, because so many MMOs have become, you know, just kind of leading you around and showing you exactly what they want to show you. And Vanguard is a game where you can look off in the distance and see a place and then go to that place of your own. And there doesn't have to be a quest guiding you there. There doesn't have to be an NPC pointing you that way. But there's just something cool in the distance, and you want to go see what that is. And you know, you can run there, you can hop on your ground mount and get there, you can fly there. There's all these different ways to kind of explore this world. And I think that's what one of the things that... Or hop on your boat.
On a boat.
Yeah.
So one of the things I was really curious about is that, and I've heard this said, I haven't actually put it to the test yet, but is it true that in Vanguard, if you can see a point, you can get there?
In about 98, 97% of cases, yeah.
That's certainly different for a lot of people who are used to playing games that have actual individual zones.
Yeah.
And it was also one of the reasons why you guys were one of the first games ever to put in flying mounts. You had those right from the beginning, right?
Yep, off the rails flying mounts.
Yeah, because most games, or, you know, a lot of MMOs are built really with facades. You know, it's like a Hollywood set where things look pretty on one side, but there's nothing really behind it. It's just the edge of a zone or something like that. But you know, Vanguard was this fully developed world where the buildings have stuff in them, and you know, those towers that are up on mountains have somebody in there, and so it's not just that there's cool things to look at, it's that you can go to them and experience content in those places that makes the adventure so compelling.
Have you ever worked out what the number of square miles in this game is?
We were talking about that just not that long ago.
Yeah, we just did the math on it a couple weeks ago. I forget.
And you
we're
don't
developers,
remember?
so we're
That would have been a great stat to have right
It would have
now.
been great. Let me check my figures
These
here.
gentlemen will get back to you right away on that.
What is it? Is it each chunk is 2 kilometers?
No, I think it's bigger than
more.
that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, first player to get back to us with a correct answer wins a special
There's a
prize.
post on the forums today about somebody, well, I've deduced that this is this far from this, and so therefore this and this, and it's crazy.
Okay,
yeah.
so basically it's so big it's difficult to quantify.
Yeah.
That is
Difficult to
intriguing.
quantify.
I remember that I had the opportunity to do the original continents map for Vanguard when it released, and
Nice.
I started looking at the world. I thought, oh, this will just take me a day or two. It took me days and days and days and days to get around the whole thing. So yeah, huge, absolutely huge. So now let's talk about the anniversary itself. What do you guys have planned to celebrate the anniversary in game, and when is that all going to go live?
Well, it's live with our update today, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really? So it's live now?
Yeah, it's live
Yeah.
now, even though the date of the anniversary itself is the 30th. But you can jump in. There's a little quest you can do. You get a little anniversary bundle. We're having some GMs pop in the game. There's a community thing that you can talk about a little bit more. And as just kind of one of the ways to commemorate the event itself, in the marketplace today, we put out what we call digital collector's editions. And so it takes some of those items that were in the original box collector's edition of Vanguard that haven't been available in any way for a long time.
That's pretty cool.
And now you can buy a little bundle of those things and have a shot at them. For those players who weren't around at the beginning, didn't have a
We've actually had a lot of
collector's
people ask for those items.
Oh,
and
heck
how do
yes.
you get that? So,
Yeah, anytime something goes out of circulation, it suddenly becomes extremely
Yeah, it's the thing to
popular.
have.
yeah.
I know from Lydia, she made some notes for us here. She says that we also have in-game parties planned that will take place in Ogram near the docks in the Gift-O-Matic 5000, the day of the anniversary, which is Wednesday the 30th.
The 30th.
Right at 12 p.m. on Halgar and 6 p.m. Pacific on Telon.
Yeah.
Right.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
we have some great community people and GMs that are always in the game helping people out, and that's one of the things that people cite a lot on forums and stuff when they're talking about the game, is not only how great the community members are, but what attention they get from the staff, and it's really great. The GMs are second to none on our game.
Yeah, I have to
big plus.
agree. We get a lot of really good feedback from them. So Harvey, apparently we're running a special giveaway on Facebook, and there's some stuff
yes.
here that you need to talk about.
Yes, as you can see in front of us here,
Corey is our hand model, if you would be so kind.
we've got some items that we're giving away.
There's a thingy.
There's a thingy.
And another thingy.
Got a nice Vanguard backpack here.
Those little drawstring backpacks are actually really useful. I've been using one of these for the last month and a half just to tote things back and forth from
They
work.
definitely come in
They're
handy.
actually really nice.
Yeah.
So yes,
Oh,
this
and let me model the beer thing. This is actually a color-changing beer mug. If you put something cold in it, it changes color.
For you
White.
kids out there, it's a juice cup,
Yes.
not a beer mug.
Apple
milk.
juice.
Your parents are
Good
fine
for
with
you.
it. It's all good. Rated T for teen.
Our techs are covering their faces.
don't worry, we'll have that mug washed because she can't win.
Yeah.
That's
So-
true. I can't win, so I have to get you guys a new mug. So
Would
are
it
we
have
just
more
giving?
value if it was unwashed with your?
Oh, I doubt it. No. I work at SOE. That means that
That's
there are so many
probably
flu
true.
viruses on here right now. You don't even want to know. So are we just giving away one set? Or?
No, we've actually got 5 sets we're giving away for this promotion. The promotion starts Anniversary Day, which is Wednesday the 30th at noon, our time out here on the West Coast, which is PST, and ends at 5 p.m., I believe. I don't.
There's a note.
There's a note.
Notes.
It's no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It ends at the next day, Thursday, the 31st at noon.
Okay, can we
So,
please get a
it's-
video clip of that? Because I want the Harvey saying he's wrong. I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever seen that before.
yeah, I blew it.
Anyway, so
But there are actually other things in this.
So we've got a handy phone case.
You're just gonna go through them all.
I'm gonna go through them
please,
all.
please.
We've got a little SOE
Stylus.
stylus here.
very useful.
Works
for-
with your iPad or any other device that you need a stylus for.
We've got a $15 station cash card, good for in-game currency or for your
A month of game time.
game time. Exactly. And then we've got Boxed Collector's Edition here, signed
Signed.
Past and present members of the Vanguard dev team.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Where did you get those from?
From community.
We had
Lydia
okay.
hoards them.
you know-
She's got.
If you guys
So-
ever come for a tour of SOE, make sure that you see Lydia's cube because it kind of looks like a dungeon and you have no idea what's in there.
You guys are actually kind of lucky because I was trying to take this phone case before we got here, but unfortunately,
Producers are not allowed to abscond
Cannot
with
win.
material.
I mean, it's nice. I can use this.
This is good stuff.
Well, it sounds like Vanguard's going to have a great anniversary. 5 of our players are going to get these awesome gift packs, and it's a really good time. I mean, you guys just relaunched. Wait a minute, Amy. This man is stealing stuff from the table. At least I have the good grace to hold the mug where everybody can see it. Anyway, you guys, can you talk about the relaunch of the free-to-play model? That was incredibly well received, and the first reaction was, yeah, this has to be wrong. I mean, why so generous? That's crazy. I mean, where did the idea come from to reduce the requirements and let more people in on it?
we'd been talking for a while internally on our team about the things that we wanted to do, and this came up during SOE Live as well. We've got a smaller team, but we're definitely dedicated. We're dedicated to Vanguard, and we're dedicated to bringing people in to experience what Vanguard has to offer. It's a great game. And so one thing that we really wanted to do was make it more accessible to people. So instead of limiting things for them to do, we wanted to give them more abilities to fully enjoy what they wanted to in the game. And doing so, hope they'd be invested. I mean, I definitely am now. And I know these guys agree. And if you want to say anything more about it.
It's just a philosophical thing, you know. It was like, instead of looking at a game, you know, as this free-to-play thing is new to everybody, you know. There's a lot of companies figuring out what to do, and like a first instinct is to say, okay, well, we're putting out this free-to-play. What can we hide away from players so that they have to pay us for this stuff?
Right.
And we just started talking about, well, you know, why approach it that way? Why not make the game itself free-to-play? Like all the cool stuff that's in it, the thing that makes the game what it is, make that free-to-play. And instead incentivize people to become members. Like if you like this experience as it is, for that you don't need to pay anything for, look how much better it can be if you have these incentives. So we just did things like giving, you know, a permanent XP bonus, a permanent faction gain.
Second house.
Yeah, you can buy a second house. You can. There's reduced rates for things like teleporting in the game, for sending in-game mail, like all these just little things that add up to just make your experience better. So it just really makes the membership a better value for you. And you know, like we said, there's so much stuff to do in the game. This just makes it easier to experience that content, and we think it's that philosophy about just giving that choice, giving that openness to
working?
Watch. Yeah, it's been
so far,
really well
good.
received.
Good.
We've got a good bump in the number of people signing up, and just people coming back in. I watch other forums besides just the Vanguard message boards, and just kind of checking the community temperature out there. And there's just been a lot of people saying, those limitations before of only being able to get to level 20 in a class or race that I liked, that kind of kept me away. But now I can come back and check the game out and really experience it for what it is, and that's really cool.
So I'm really curious because I always like to ask this of devs, do you guys play your own game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly.
Excellent. So what is your racing class? What is your favorite racing class that you like to play?
You're just going to beg questions of favoritism.
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
Oh,
I mean, if you're anything like me, I can answer this. I can answer, what I play the most, which is a goblin shaman, but I have 4 or 5 characters in almost every game that I play. So what are you currently enjoying playing?
A monk.
What race?
I'm not giving a race.
Oh.
No.
Not giving a race.
I
but
already
I will tell
have-
you a class.
I've actually said it on the boards before that
Why would you do that?
To the EverQuest.
Why would you do
Because
that?
Steve is fearless.
Because Moorguard was always a monk, and so whenever there's a game that offers monks, I always try out the monk, and it's just something that I like the aesthetic of it, and something I always stick to. So I play a human monk. Ixar can be in there and have all kinds of bonuses. Forget it. It's human monks, and so in Vanguard, I represent with a human monk.
Excellent.
I have a Thestran Blood Mage, a Dark Elf Sorcerer,
Blood mage.
a
Figures.
Dark Elf Dread Knight, and most recently I've been playing Thestran Warrior as well.
Ah. See, now he's given it all up.
Yeah.
And just, all we need is to know where to find you now.
When I see that thread on the forum pop up now with favoritism,
Well, we'll just have Corey respond to it personally.
yeah, that
And-
sounds
and-
like a great idea.
Well, he's named just about every combination. There is, so I don't know how much favoritism there is in that.
But as far as human monks go, if you suddenly find they're being really overpowered, you know who
Yeah.
to look at.
Who to blame?
So is there anything else you wanted to add? We've just got a couple of minutes here before we go. There's always the question about a certain race that is in need of tails. That's always the number one question to come up. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tails are a controversial issue.
They are.
No, I'd just like to say thanks to everyone, whether you're a new player, returning player, or you've been with us from the start. Thanks for helping us reach the 6-year mark, and here's to 6 more plus.
Yeah.
I'm curious, do you guys have any hints as to any upcoming content or items or features? Like just a hint? Small hint?
Well,
For
we've-
those really nice people out there?
We've had a couple new crafting recipes on test server, and
So that did that go out today?
No.
Or yesterday?
no,
Yeah.
not.
It's
still on
getting-
test
yeah,
server.
it's
Still
on
needs some
test.
work.
No, I meant 2 tests.
Oh, it's been on
was-
test for a couple days now.
Has
yeah.
it been?
Yeah. And then we've got a new raid target on test server right now as well. Allegan the Dragon Slayer is a big angry giant.
Yeah,
Off
thanks
looking
to
for
the
dragons.
community for helping us test that, because we've had some great players coming over to test server and
Getting
helping
splattered?
us getting
Yes.
getting worked. It wasn't even splattered; they were worked. So thank you for those deaths.
We have screenshots.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us. Again, Harvey Burgess, the producer, Corey Lefevre, Steve Denuser, creative director. Thank you. Let's have another 6 good years of Vanguard. I mean, heck, EverQuest has been going for 14, so we've got a record to
Yep,
beat
we've
there.
got a challenge.
Here's to
There
Vanguard.
we go.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sony.